everyone, how are you today? Okay, well, first I would like to introduce myself. My name is Gazul Fiqri Zaman. You can call me Miss Gazul. Okay, what is it? Yes, good, Miss Gazul. Now I'm your teacher. Nice to meet you. Okay, well, before we start study, let's pray together. Begin. Finish. Okay, well, in this first meeting class, we will talk about recontext. Do you know what is recontext? No? No? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna explain to you what is recontext. Okay, well, the first is definition of recontext. Recontext is a text that tells about activity, experience, or action in the past. Well, next is generic structure of recontext. There are three generic structure of recontext. The first is orientation, the second is events, and the third is reorientation. Okay, well, orientation, it gives the readers the background information needed to understand the text, such as who was involved, where it happened, and when it happened. And second is events, a series of events ordered in a chronological sequence. And the third is reorientation. Reorientations is a personal comment about the events or what happened in the A. Well, next is language features of recontext. There are 6 language features of recontext. The first is use adverb of time. For example, on Monday, last weekend, and etc. The second is use of time connector. What is time connector? For example, before, and then, and after, and etc. And the third is use of action verb. Do you know, for example, what is action verb? Yes, good. For example, action verb is walked, run, and then what is it? Ate, drunk, and etc. And the fourth is use of past tense. Yes, of course, the recontext is use of past tense. And then the fifth is use of past continuous tense. And the last is use of past perfect tense. So, do you understand about that? Yes, good. Okay, do you know what is social function of recontext? Okay, next is social function of recontext. Social function of recontext is to tell the readers about past events and to entertain the readers. And then next is examples about recontext. So many examples about recontext. This is, check it out. Okay, because so many example about recontext, I want to give you some example. The first is journal, and the second is newspaper, and the third is biography, the fourth is conversation with friends, and the fifth is personal experience, and the last is factual story. So there are so many recontext or example about recontext. Do you get it? Okay, well, I want to give you some or one story about recontext. Next is personal experience of recontext. Okay, I want to read a lot to you. Naura's holiday. Last weekend, my friend and I went camping at Ipukan, Kuningan. We reached the camping ground after we walked for a half hour from the parking lot. We built the camp next to a small river. It was getting darker and colder. So we built a fire camp. The next day, we spent our time observing plantation and insects while the girls were preparing meals. In the afternoon, we went to the river and caught some fish for supper. At night, we held a fire camp night. We sang, danced, and read poetry. On Monday, we packed our bags and got ready to go home. That was a very pleasant moment that I ever got. Okay, so this is the text about personal experience of recount text. And then, do you know what is orientation in this text? Okay, good. The first paragraph is orientation. For example, last weekend my friend and I went camping at Ipukan, Kuningan. Yes, that's true. This is the orientation of recontext. And then the second paragraph is talk about, what is it? Yes, good. Talk about events. For example, it was getting darker and colder, so we built a fire camp. The next day, we spent our time observing plantation and insect while the girls were preparing meals. Yes, good. The second paragraph of this text is talk about events. And what is reorientation in this paragraph? Yeah, reorientation uh, in this text is third paragraph. In the third paragraph, is talk about reorientation because they are common. Or for example, on Monday we packed our bags and got ready to go home. That was a very pleasant moment that I ever got. So in the sentences, that was a very pleasant moment that I ever got, this is the comment from the writer. So this is a reorientation. Do you get it? Yeah, yes, good. Okay, well, I want to give you some question about recontext or about the text before. Yes, there are six questions about the text, and then please you answer it. Okay? Next, I have one video about personal experience, and then check it out. Hello guys, my name is Annie. I have experience in my holiday. Let's follow my story. Check it out. Last month, my family and I went to the beach. We went holiday on Sunday. We went to there by car. In my journey, I saw many buildings all the way. We also saw beautiful views like mountains, trees, birds, and many more near of the beach. After we arrived in the beach, we drove a boat to enjoy view in the beach. My brother played football while I were playing with the sand. My mother saw beautiful scenery with binoculars while my father eating the burger. After that, we opened some food and drinks and enjoyed it together. Before we go home, we took a picture together to capture the moment. Finally, we went home in the evening. Thank you for watching. I think enough. And see you next time. Bye bye. Okay, after you watch the video, please you answer the question about the video before, and then there are 7 questions, and please you answer it. Okay, well, that's all for today's class materials. Thank you for your attention and see you again. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.